Hi guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Monday Minutes. This time we will talk about the remaining top 10 mistakes every screenwriter encounters. Oh, and by the way, you'll be surprised what's on number 1 and number 3. It really surprised me. Number 10, debating, use voiceover or not. Yeah, you spend a lot of time thinking of using voiceover or not. Voiceover is mainly used for exposition. Using voiceover as exposition is the easiest way out, and you're a writer and you're an artist, right? So make up your mind, write a great story and use voiceover to counterpart, to add some more information. Number 9, realizing that your best friend's screenplay is better. Wrong. Because it's not about your best friend or your best friend's best friend. There's no objective opinion in art. Everything is subjective. So, care about your stuff, write your stuff to end, and then continue. And focus on your script. How to do what better. Number 8, you don't have a second act. Really? Because this is just bad structure and bad planning. So before you start writing your stuff, do free association. Write down, don't care about grammar, what comes into your head when you think of an ending for your story. Then do the same for like half a page for the start, plot point 1, midpoint, and plot point 2. And then if you want to, you can also add 2 pinch points. If you don't know anything about pinch points or midpoints, look up Sitfield paradigm, and there's a small graphic that will explain everything. Number 7, your secondary characters are better than your protagonist. So sometimes this is a clear sign that you should work on your secondary characters. Sometimes this is just a sign that your main protagonist is passive and not active. So take a sheet of paper and ask yourself, what does my main protagonist do and what does the secondary character do? If you realize that many things are just happening to your main protagonist, maybe you should change this. Or maybe if your secondary character is more interesting, choose him or her as the main character and try to write it in a new way. Or maybe just try a free association. Again, write a short essay and don't care about grammar. Number 6, pitch. Your stories sound bad. So maybe this is because you don't have a story at all. Everyone will ask you what's your story about. So again, just write down when it comes to your start, ending, and plot points, just half a page or maybe 1 page. And then you end up with a couple of pages and then you just boil it down. Give those paragraphs headlines and then, summarize it so that you end up with maybe 1 page or half a page and then just a few sentences. Those few sentences will tell you, this is my story. But also, don't be a slave to structure. Be ready to, change things if something else works. Number 5, starting new projects without finishing old ones. This is a classic case of writer's block. I did a nice episode on writer's block, I put it here. And there in this vlog I'll deal with all types of writer's block and what to do against this. Number 4, your screenplay should be a novel. Again, this is also a case of writer's block. Just finish your first draft. Talked about all those plot points, all the stuff. Get it done and then polish your first draft. And, celebrate your first draft, although it's bad, and let it rest for a while and then, polish it and make it better. Because otherwise you'll be throwing away weeks and months of work just for trying a novel. And there's also no guarantee that this might work. So just trust the structure, trust the process, and get it done. Number 3, rewriting your opening or your ending or your midpoint and never get anything else done. Just rewriting scenes, like the opening scene or something else. You know what? There's also an act 2 and 3 and midpoints also needs to be done. So just write a good opening scene or ending and then move on. Finish your draft and then rewrite it, because this is also a classic case of writer's block. Don't get hung with endings and beginnings. Just do it and then you can polish it in the rewrite later. And you will have to polish it in the rewrite because there's a lot of time. Number 2, what a stupid idea. Again, this is also writer's block and your subconscious mind speaking to you. Get away, take a break, do something else and then finish your thing. Finish your screenplay and then, work on it and rewrite this. Until the point you feel comfortable sending it out to people, giving you feedback. Don't do it with family. Choose friends who give you an honest opinion. because otherwise you won't get real good feedback and improve on this. Number 1, you need a producer or an agent to get produced. So this is true, and it's very strange because it's a vicious circle that repeats itself over again. But in my opinion, you shouldn't care about an agent or a producer, because you just should care about a great script. Write at least 2 or 3 really great scripts, and then read the Screenwriter Survival Guide. I'll put a link in the description. But you need good screenplays to meet people, and if you meet people, they can read your screenplays, and sometimes you make great contacts and they will help you out. By the way, I put a link up here. Click on this, how to make contacts and how to get people to read you. So that's been it for today. I hope I helped you. And if you also have some questions, and maybe a top 16 or top 17, maybe 1 or 2 questions you want to add, which are important to you and you want answered, just, hit me up, write me a comment, or ask me a question for next episode. Thank you very much for listening. Next episode I will be talking about the importance of free work. So, see you guys next time. That's been it. Stay curious and keep on learning. Bye.